With a 119-106 win over the Chicago Bulls yesterday, the Grizzlies are now in third place in the NBA Western Conference and number one in the NBA power rankings. They'll start a four-game away run in Milwaukee tomorrow night. Eric Hasseltine, the radio voice of the Memphis Grizzlies, is joining us currently. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys.
And Eric, the best part of that entire game, the biggest highlight, was when Steven Adams picked up the Chicago Bulls player and just set him aside.
Yeah, Tony Bradley. He's not a small man either. Tony Bradley is about 7 feet tall and 265 pounds. And
wow.
I looked down and, Ja Morant was angry and should have been. What Tony Bradley did was dangerous. I don't know Tony Bradley to be a dirty player, but that was a dirty play.
What did he do?
Yeah, I missed the game. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Well, okay, Corey, think Wizard Master took an illegal device and tried to maim somebody with it. Does that help?
What was the device?
His leg. So as Ja was about to get by him, Tony Bradley just stuck his leg out, which can really hurt a guy because you can hit a guy in the knee, and especially someone as athletic as that. So after the play, Bradley then tried to go over to Ja and up in whatever way he thought he was apologizing, but he kept his arms around him, and Ja was taking exception to that. So Ja tried to introduce his face to the basketball, not by throwing it, but by pushing it up against his cheek. And I think he said something to the line of, "Here, read what the basketball says. That's not okay." I don't know that that's the exact verbiage, but I was just trying to do lip reading at that point. And at that point, Steven Adams, who apparently has done this before when there's been scuffles and things amongst the players, because that happens in practices. You're a family, and these are the goofy things that nobody ever sees. Just said, "Well, that's my little brother, so here, you're not allowed to speak to him anymore," and picked up a nearly 300-pound man and carried him 10 feet to another place and said, "Here, you stand here and we'll fix this."
The equalizer.
He's just enormous. And I'm literally on the air going, in 25 years, I've never seen that.
Wow.
Literally. Never seen another basketball player pick another one up to move them away from a fight and calm it down. I've seen them pick each other up and try to body slam each other. Not like that. That's just the ultimate. You can't do anything about it.
Well, it's not Conan. What is it? Is it Conan the Barbarian?
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, I mean, very much, yeah.
Steven the Equalizer Adams.
Yeah, you're right. He is huge. And Bradley did just stick his leg out. Clearly just stuck his leg out. Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. And, it's like we've all been in bars and seen bouncers that are enormous pick somebody smaller than them up and move them away from a fight. This is another 7-foot man. This isn't like a 5'4" 150-pound guy that thinks he's tough trying to fight a guy that's going to destroy him. This is a 7-foot, 255-foot human being that Steven Adams picked up like a rag doll and just moved him away.
Yeah,
the first oh my gosh!
Thought I had was Spud Webb. Spud Webb's not out there.
Exactly. He's not Spud Webb.
So we start a 4-game away run in Milwaukee. What are we predicting for this?
It's a tough trip. Milwaukee's really good. Obviously, they're the defending world champions. Their defense has always been great. That's Taylor Jenkins' mentor coaching that team, and Mike Budenholzer, that's where Taylor came from. So they're very familiar with one another. After that game, it's always difficult to play in Denver just because of the altitude. They're good. It doesn't hurt that at all. But, the first time you go there, it really is a thing when you're getting on the court. So I think they'll try to get that out of their system on Thursday before Friday's game. Then you got a little rematch with Dallas after the disaster that happened in the second half Friday night. And I say disaster. Truth be told, we all kind of saw it coming. The Grizzlies have played just about more games than anybody. I think Milwaukee's the only team that have played as much basketball as the Grizzlies have. And it was their 9th game in 14 days or 13 days. And Dallas was rested, and you could just see every shot was coming up short. So you get a chance to go back and try to do what you did in the first half, which was play well enough to have a lead. And then in the second half, hopefully it's not a repeat performance. And then you get some time before San Antonio. But it's a tough trip. I mean, if you come out of this trip with 2 wins, you've done a really good job. If you come out with 3 wins, then you've been exceptional, because winning on the road's not easy, and you're playing 3 pretty high-level teams and a 4th team that is always well coached. Even though they're having a tough year, the Spurs are never an easy out.
Does it mean anything that we're number 1 in the NBA power rankings?
Do I just sound like a jerk for saying not a damn thing?
Okay.
Those are things that people Those are things that people in the media put together. But what it means, it does mean something. I shouldn't say that. It means that the national pundits, the writers, the broadcasters around ESPN and other places that contribute to these things believe that this is a really good basketball team. This isn't a flash. It means that right now they believe the team playing the best basketball in the NBA are the Memphis Grizzlies. And that does mean something because that's getting people's attention. Whereas you guys know, being in a smaller market, it's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, you know, you put LeBron James on TV 47 times every month. You put Steph Curry on TV just about as much. You put the big market teams and the big market stars that have earned that stardom, by the way. But, you know, look, we're not Dallas. We're not LA. We're not Chicago. We're not New York. We're not even Miami, who's a huge market. But those teams get on there and they have national following. So to get that said about your basketball team is a very good thing. And it does matter because teams like Utah, who have had to fight through years of having success to still get respect levels up. Teams like San Antonio, before they won titles, went through the same thing. So to see that is good. Does it mean anything in terms of the season? No. It means that right now you're playing great basketball. That could change in this week. You could look like the team that in the beginning of the year couldn't defend the three of us and your general manager and your sales manager because their defense was awful. But that's not who they've been. And I think the sample size right now is big enough to believe that this team is very good and has a chance to be very good moving forward.
I just want you to know that our general manager Morgan Bohannon can ball.
Well, that's what I was counting on because I know my jump shot is off the mark. I know Danny's vertically challenged just a little bit. I mean, if we could post her up against DeAnthony Melton, I just think we'd have a hard time posting her up against I would say Steven Adams, but there wouldn't be a lot of basketball played if we posted her up there.
Could you imagine? I've got to get somehow, some way. I've got to get a picture like next to him because it would just be so.
It'd be the greatest picture ever.
We can make that happen. I just don't want him to turn it into like an Olympic event of toss the DJ across the floor.
I love it.
Well, I mean, Charles Barkley did a thing. He called it midget tossing when he got in a fight in a bar in Milwaukee. And some guy challenged him to a fight that was like 5'6". So Charles said, well, you're not going to play this game. We're going to try a new one. It's called I'm going to physically throw you out the door. Oh, no. And then they counted distance. So I think they were trying to make it an Olympic sport, but the people involved in being tossed said, yeah, that doesn't sound like fun for us.
No.
Eric Hasseltine is the radio voice of the Memphis Grizzlies. Comes on every so often to talk basketball. Thank you, brother. We certainly appreciate your time.
Guys, thank you. Have a great Tuesday. All right, guys. Be good. Talk to you soon.
When you get done with the Milwaukee game tomorrow night, what is your availability Thursday?
I'm here. We're not traveling on this trip. They're going to try to put us back on the road the end of the month. But yeah, I'm here. Whatever you want, just text me. All right, guys.
Rachel Zegler starred in West Side Story. She got blasted over the weekend for posting a video of herself giving a dramatic reading of Britney Spears' latest social media post. Apparently, Britney's on the do not make fun of list.
I can't keep up with who's on what list. I got two ways to go with this. Why she thought she could read this and put it on social media. You got nothing better to do. And at the same time, why can't she read this and put it on social media and you just leave her alone?
Here is the clip of her reading the post of Britney Spears.
Anyway, congrats, babe. Stooped to a whole new level of low. I've never been around you ever with a knife, or would I ever even think to do such. And the only knife I ever saw you with at home was cutting the biggest pieces of squash I ever saw in my life, and it was way too big for me to cut. So please, please stop with these crazy lies for the Hollywood books. Now, and only now, I do know only a scum person would make up such things about someone. I'm actually very confused about you making that up because it's honestly not like you at all. Around the kids? Jamie Lynn, seriously? Come on! You know, congrats on introducing your older sister to the concept of getting low, lower, lowest. Because you win on that one, babe. My name is Rachel Zegler. I am 5'2".
I love she goes into a biography like she was doing a audition or something.
I guess that's what she was doing. So that's what they were saying. That's what some of the tweets said, or whatever comments below it said. You should not have treated this like you were doing some audition. Why, though? At the same time, I think, is that what Britney wrote?
Yeah, she wrote that. I think I saw it on Friday, maybe Thursday. She's writing it to her sister, Jamie Lynn.
Right. I thought it gave it a lot more emotion. I thought it gave it some feeling.
Yeah, a little effort.
I don't know that she necessarily was making fun of it.
I mean, you post something like that, that's the way you write it. Is that with that kind of oomph and that kind of passion?
So if you want to read somebody's monologue, she read something somebody else put up on Facebook. I mean, where are we in life?
I don't know, but I'm about to open Instagram and see if I can't find something to read dramatically. Because I think it'll be fun. Oh, okay. Here's somebody named Sharon Carpenter. Back on Good Morning America today. In a monochromatic-ish look by Ted Baker. Thanks, as always.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing now.
I'm going to go through my Facebook feed and the first one that comes up.
Oh, Lord. You might not want to go with just the first one.
Your pregnant friend is looking for an old-fashioned name. What was your grandmother's name for a chance to win $500? My friend Stacy will message the details.
That was good.
You like it?
Ooh. I really felt it. I mean, I really felt the old-fashionedness of it. You know what I mean? The desire for a name like Willena.
I was thinking Gertrude, so you call him Birdie. That's what I want to name my kid. And I didn't get to do it. Mary Michael's a good one, too.
All right, we're going to get into some real news with Ditch coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, could you play Fire Woman by the Cult? You'll play it for me? Oh my God! Like, you like me? You really, really like me? How you doing, Corey? You knew me spot on. What's wrong with this? Hello, hello, Danny, love of my life. How are you? Well, that's good. That's good. Hey, who's that? Is that Ditch? Oh, that's the guy that never answers his phone when he's on the air. Yeah, I know who you are. Hello, Ditch. Hey, Ditch, I know somebody that you know. Justin Reimer. His Apple. Yeah, he's still doing Apple Music. Yeah, he just got over COVID. Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was just getting ready to say, man. They say statistics. How do y'all say that word over the air and not mess it up? Yeah, smoke crack. Yeah, okay. That word. Say that you will get. Let's say what is it? Statistics say that you will get COVID at least one time in your life. It's definitely coming for you. So why is everybody so up in arms about it? You know, it's a disease. You just can't help it. You can't help it, and I know well. So I have. All right, bye, Danny.
Ditch does the afternoon show here at 98.1 The Max and the morning Memphis Morning News Show on 98.9 The Roar of Memphis.
What's up?
Good morning, Ditch.
Yeah.
You're a car ahead. You see that one-of-a-kind 1965 Ford Mustang Shelby GT 250R story?
$4 million?
It's sold for $4 million. Yep.
Yeah. I don't care what kind of car you got, man. No car is worth that kind of money.
But it's the prototype of the competition model. There was only 34 of them ever made.
See,
You don't care.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason there's only 34 made.
Right. Well, it's like one of the people with the name Ford had a prototype recently, and it sold it. It was a Shelby. Which one is that? The one this guy had.
The 68 GT390 that Steve McQueen drove.
This was a brand new prototype of a Ford Shelby. I forget but the details of it. And he kept it. The company built it. They all the engineers designed it. You know, everything. They were gonna sell it, and then COVID hit. They're going to manufacture it. When COVID hit, they decided not to do it, and it went on market, and it was a couple $1 million. I'm just like, for what? What is the purpose of buying a car that kind of money? We had a guy on the Motormouth radio show who does this for a living. He is a auto collector, auction guy who sells nothing but high dollar collection cars, and he manages a couple of really big car collections in and around Memphis for people. There's one that famously for a long time was at the Clark Tower. The dude had, I don't know, 50 cars in the Clark Tower. The legend was that Young Dolph security was called because Young Dolph was filming a video on the hood of one of his cars on the parking garage, because it was his car collection was at the parking garage at Clark Tower. Anybody could go,
Check it out.
Security called this guy who manages the car collection. He says, there's a bunch of rappers doing a video. And he goes, it looks like one of them's having sex on the hood of the Maserati.
Oh,
so maybe we should call the cops. But my point is, I said, why have that kind of, what is with these guys who want those kind of cars and pay that kind of money for them? And he says, honestly, what I've learned is they just do it because they love to look at them.
Because they can, yeah.
Well, not that too, but they, like he said, there's a guy at Southwind who's got a driveway full of collectors' cars. This dude manages, and he just likes to revolve his car collection in his driveway so he can just look out his window and see his beautiful cars sitting in his driveway. I mean, it's I guess it's a tangible, it's a testosterone thing.
Probably a lot less problematic than wives.
That's true.
And you got 6 wives standing in the driveway.
Your car won't yell back at you, but it may not run.
What's the best deal you ever got on a car?
Oh, dude, I bought a Camaro Berlinetta for $1,300, and you know why it was a good deal? Because the transmission was going out. The guy said, "You know how you can offload this thing?" He goes, "I bet you can get $2,000 if you put a little sawdust in there. That'll tighten up the transmission long enough to sell it." And it worked. I got $2,000 for it.
Wow. What about you? The best deal you ever got on a car?
The Chrysler Pacifica from Homer Skelton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Millington.
Oh yeah, the redneck racing band.
Yep,
man. And all I got is a Geo Metro for $500 one time.
How long did it last you?
7 years.
Damn, that is a good deal.
I know, right? I drove it till it died on 240 under the North Street Bridge.
I was wondering how those cars always got there right next to the mattress.
Yeah. You drive them till the wheels fall off, then you get out and take a nap while we waiting somebody to come pick you up.
Or around here, you just leave your car, man.
Or if you're lucky, you'll break down right next to the mattress and a prostitute.
Yeah,
and then all your problems are solved. Ross Turner's the mayor of Midtown, and he does the midday show right here at 98.1 The Max. Good morning, buddy.
Who would have thunk it? How you doing, bud?
Man, I don't even know. Today's not even Monday, but it feels like Monday, so it basically is Monday.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I thought it was Sunday all day yesterday.
All right. That's a good Monday off then, right? If it feels like that. It's working exactly the way it should be.
I would disagree with that. I mean, although it should feel like Sunday, you don't want to think it's Sunday because then when you get that realization that it's the off Monday, you're like, oh, I don't have another day.
Sounds like someone gave you way too much fun is what it sounds like. It sounds like you got too much on your hands.
Maybe you're right. I saw Spider-Man over the weekend.
Oh, there you go.
Danny took her girls and introduced them to Beale Street.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
You keep them on the pole or keep them off the pole?
Off the pole.
All right, there you go.
But the 6-year-old cleared the dance floor at Rum Boogie at midnight and, and did break dancing.
This is what I worried about. Now you can't unsee that, can you?
Oh, she did it all the way back on Beale Street. She was doing breakdancing all the way back, and I was like, next time we're taking a bucket or a hat.
There you go. Oh, okay.
Some money.
All right, cool. Good.
Matter of fact, I may borrow her this afternoon for a couple hours.
Yeah. The 9-year-old that I forgot about. I didn't forget about the 9-year-old. Trust me, she wouldn't let me. I forgot that this happened, but she brought it up yesterday, and I was like, God, they just soak everything in. So she said, Mom, you know that homeless man that without a leg on Beale Street that asked you for money and you told him you had no cash? I was like, yeah, I remember that. And she goes, well, I think he could see you like 2 bars down. You took that green weird shot and gave that lady a cash. And I was like, oh, you're right. Yeah. I did tell him I had no cash. And then she had one of those, what do they call it? Syringe, like Jello shots. I was like, give me the green one.
Was he a younger guy or older guy? The one-legged homeless man.
Younger guy.
Oh, so she learned how to lie to homeless people. This is like all right. You didn't know this. This was like Miss Frizzle in the Magic School Bus. Yeah, taking it down. Let's go to Beale Street and learn how to lie to homeless people.
It also potentially solves a mystery that I've had over the last several weeks.
Yeah,
is that you remember me telling you about the one-legged homeless person at I-40 in Sycamore View?
Yeah.
Well, he has recently disappeared, and if he's popped up at Beale Street, then
I don't know if he's young or not. I don't know. I can't tell age on some people.
Well, younger or older, you know.
He was not.
He was a grown man.
Grown man, not like a normal weight.
Right.
Red sweatpants.
Okay, with both legs.
No, well.
Do the sweatpants have both legs?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. Like a homeless 40 is probably like a regular like 80. So
right.
I don't. I'm not. Yeah.
You're right.
I gotta cut him open and read his tree rings to find out what he really is.
And I don't know that he was homeless. If I knew for sure he was homeless, I would have helped him.
Yeah.
All right. Besides the circus tickets, what's coming up after 10, brother?
A whole bunch of good stuff. We're not going to make fun of Cowboys fans too bad. I appreciate that. But we might poke a little fun.